all over the first.
And there were 8 first-time jockeys in this. This is the moment they've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, and well done to the starter, Richard. Got him off, no messing. And they went a sensible gallop. A lot of horses we didn't think would be up with the pace, crossing the Melling Road. Mr. Pointman out in the red cap, we thought he'd be there. Horses like Chelsea Harbour, Snowy Morning, all down to the first. Well spread out. It's been a long time, Richard, since I've seen so many horses go down the outer.
And the one going down the inner is Shea Barry on No Full in the green colours. He doesn't get very far. He goes at the next one, but he's going where the brave men go.
Right, this is another angle for you. This is the actual in the fence at number 1 as they come over it, thundering away. They'll all be pleased to get over this first fence. Must help the nerves if you're a rider.
It was 8-1 about No Faller at the first. How about that?
Yeah, amazing. But Richard Dunwoody told us the other day the fence was definitely smaller. One making a mistake out to back, but well spread out. You see the winner in the wide outside in the blue colours, back about 7 to 8. And here we lose No Full. Just got too low.
Actually, boys, we've got losing Backbeat, Black Appalachie and Lamy. One on the inside and look further towards the outsiders there. You'll see a couple of them go. Right on the inside was Black Appalachie, also Lamy going down and Backbeat. You'll see there's the closest one to us. Came down very steep.
I thought at the time that No Full had gone, but he did well to miss that, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Black Appalachie who went there. Heading down to the third fence, and Milanda Meal in front, Snowy Morning second, and Mr. Pointman on the outside. The actual winner just hit that fence.
In the orange colours, Barty, Milanda Meal on the inside has to go this way because he hangs left-handed.
You see 2 go here right on the inside. The first one to go down there was Tumbling Dice, and also Iron Man right up towards the outer as well there. Down towards fence number 4, Arda Hay, Green Jacket and Fundamentalist, who's in the stripes of black and orange. They're right up towards the outside. You can't see them too well from that angle, but they have both gone at that fence. Now number 5 comes up, and we're going to get a clean jump over all these. Mr. Pointman, you see, nearest to us there. He's a little bit free, boys, isn't he? Just a bit keen to get on with it.
He is. The other thing is, look at the yellow colours there. Snowy Morning, Willie Mullins second runner. Davy Case is starting to move out because they know they're going towards Bechers, and he's moving away from the road.
Now, they're coming down towards Bechers Brook, number 60, and you want to watch this one on the inside. This is No Full, which is where he comes. This is Bechers Brook. It's, of course, the big drop on the inside, isn't it?
Yeah, he just got too low and came down too steep. Most of the leaders jumped it really well. We see Mr. Pointman, Chelsea Harbour, Snowy Morning. There's Comply or Die, Darjan on the wide outside. Kalami, we lose him later on in the race. But most of them jumped it well on this occasion.
They certainly did. And what was a notable look at Mr. Pointman on the inside? His head actually hits the ground. They look nod, and up he comes.
So the straggler's getting over. No Full then the one who goes. You can see a few at the back. Norton Brook, eventually he'll pull up. He didn't seem to be enjoying it too much. This is Foynaven. They all get over that one. The smallest fence on the course. And now we come towards the canal turn. 2 of them going to go here. Last year's 4th, Filson Run. He's right towards the back. Look at him back there. And also Madison de Burley. He's got the noseband on there. The red cap towards the outside. And these are the 2 that come down normally.
Yeah, most horses jumped it reasonably well. Darjan is the grey on the outside, going a little bit wider. And there we go. There's one.
And Kalami going wide. I've not seen so many horses go wide before at this. They were touching the outside rail before cutting across. Darjan, the widest of the lot.
You say that. Is that because you went round in the 70s and they're not quite as brave as you?
We just see the winner coming at the shot in the blinkers and the green sleeves, just about 7 to 8. Timmy Murphy creeping away. Cloudy Lane was actually behind him. He ran a good race for a long time.
And just looking at that, in fact, Filson Run was an unseeded rider, but he had absolutely no chance of staying on board. Here's the 9th, which is Valentine's. They all get over that. And the 10th coming up, we're going to have no fallers at that one as well.
Yeah, Tom Malone in front of Milanda Meal. He's jumping super. Mr. Pointman second. Chelsea Harbour is third. Snowy Morning. There's the winner. Comply or Die going through shot. Idle Talk back on the rail in the red cap. There's you see the winner now in the green sleeves. Timmy getting plenty of light. Simon outside him ran well for a long time. Fell again this year. Mr. Pointman, he's jumping super, and the horse in front is jumping well, Rich.
Chop Thornton's giving the outside to no one on Darjan. Obviously didn't want to get out of trouble. Just watch how some of these horses, Mr. Pointman shortened in order to get his stride right there. In behind, you can see Hedge Hunter there, and Tony McCoy just missing the faller.
And there's the two that come down there. Kellerme giving his rider a terrible time. Number 12 coming up, which is going to be all okay with Milan 2000 in front. I'll just highlight there's Contraband just going through the blue jacket, green sleeves. That's the winner. Cornish Set is towards the back of the field at this stage. And you were saying about Chuck Thornton on D'Argent. There he is up on the outside, the grey. And Simon is there as well, the light blue and maroon jacket.
And Slim Pickings in the blue, light blue hat there, just in front of the eventual winner. Now, he looked very dangerous in another circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of horses with huge chances, and a lot of horses short in the betting, bang up there. And it was great from as a spectator, because you saw where your horse was and you see how you were getting on. Just running on here, you see D'Argent the grey, bang up there on the outside, missed appointment on the inner. Back in the orange colours is Chelsea Harbour, Simon in the spots in the middle, and Comply or Die, bang up there on the outside.
He certainly is. Now, Tom Malone, who's on Milan de Mille leading for so long, has only ridden once before, had a tremendous ride then, 5th on Polar Red. He certainly is a jockey for here.
Now, this is the most daunting obstacle. There is the winner, Comply or Die, up on the outside. Sorry, I put 2 circles in there. Not very good at this. Right, he's over there. He's almost in front at this stage, isn't he?
Almost in front, and then Timmy Murphy, you can see this is a great shot. There's Comply or Die, the winner going through.
Followed by jockey, who's run a good race to this point.
Dundera, Idle Talk, and there's Bob Hall.
And this is the fence again. You'll see the winner nearest to us on the green sleeves up on the outside, the grey D'Argent there as well. Now, at this stage, these horses have got used to these fences. I know it's a big obstacle, but they jumped 14 or 13 of them already, haven't they?
Yeah, and they're pretty, and the jockey's also relaxing into it. And you can also see Hedge Hunter there in the white sleeves, just jumping it now. He's ran a cracking race again with top weight.
But, you know, a horse that's crept into it here without us really noticing too much is Little Simon. You know, he's crept through the field and he's bang up there with them. Now, this is a good shot, isn't it? Once the jockeys get to here, they can relax a bit. They've done it. They've survived. Now they start playing jockeys.
And the other horse, the second horse, that's the second grey coming into it, and Paul Carberry, who ended up second.
So now they've done one circuit. This is the 17th. It was the first. They're all going to jump this okay. Those survive. Only one comes out of it, which is Point Barrow. Last year he fell at this fence. This year he pulled up before getting over it. There you see again what it's like if you were to be stood right at the bottom of the very first fence. Missed appointment, the blue and red stripes, is the first one over it. D'Argent just gets a little bit close. I'm just noticing all the way around Comply or Die, I haven't seen him make a mistake yet.
No, he jumped absolutely super. Timmy gave him plenty of light.
Dundora's crept into it as well. Tony Martin's, it went off favourite last year, but didn't act round here, and it doesn't.
Now, an interesting, Tony McCoy in the white cap, he's creeping into the Butler's cabin. There's Mr. Appointment, Idle Talk down the inner, and Butler's cabin in the white cap. And Milan de Mille just dropping back. There's the second grey. That's Paul Carberry on King John's Castle. He's ran an absolute cracking race and gave him a lovely ride. Mr. Appointment again. Chelsea Harbour got very, very low at that one. D'Argent is just feeling the pinch on the outside of it. And Snowy Morning in the yellow. He ends up finishing third. He's ran a cracking race.
Sorry, Richard, just the 3 horses pulled up there, nothing fell. It was Bob Hall, Norton Brook and Vodka Blur who all stopped.
Now, Tony McCoy fans will start to get excited now because he creeps into the action. He's going very, very well, but it doesn't last much longer.
Now, this is the 20th coming up. Last year's runner-up, McKelvey, goes out of the race. You can see it's the rider. You see up on the outside there, the red cap was Joachim coming down. He'd fallen that fence a few years ago. 21 coming up, another one of the smaller obstacles, and they all get over this. Snowy Morning, I'm going to highlight him very quickly for you up on the outside, the yellow jacket there. He seemed to get into it quite well.
He did. He was bang up there all the way. Mr. Appointment down the inner, Chelsea Harbour alongside him. Tony McCoy in Butler's cabin. We'll see him. He's about to go to next. Disappointing for Tony McCoy. D'Argent outside him, and the winner right on the outside with just Snowy Morning outside him, Comply or Die. And Bewley's Berry, fancy for a lot of people, just behind him in the beige colours. And Idle Talk and Simon just dropping back into spots.
Okay, so Butler's cabin, this is where he goes. Mistake as well on the inside from King John's Castle. So Tony McCoy out of the race down this, and it's one of those, it's the big drop. A horse nods, can't get the feet out, isn't it?
But the man who went the shortest route where the drop is the biggest is Sam Thomas there. Look on the inside of Mr. Appointment, and he jumps beautifully out over it.
He jumped it super. Typical, as you say, Barty, of Bechers Fall. Just got in. There's Tony McCoy, and thankfully he's okay, and I believe the horse is okay.
And
he was walking with Paddy Brennan with him.
Fundamentalist. Right, Foynaven coming up with Chelsea Harbour, the far side of Mr. Appointment, D'Argent, Comply or Die, then Snowy Morning, Idle Talk with a red cap, Bewley's Berry was there.
Barty, just look at, well, he's out of shot now, but the second horse, King John's Castle, Paul Carberry is being very quiet on him, even at this stage.
Yeah, dropped him out, dropped it there, you see him, second grey horse, just getting into it, gave him a beautiful, beautiful ride, just to ride there. This is the canal turn, you can see, all going left-handed. Turco hit it hard on the outside, just gone shooting shot.
Cornish set back in the field, he never really got into it.
No, this is another angle for you of Canal Turn. And in fact, actually, I said earlier on he didn't make a mistake. Comply or Die did make a mistake there, didn't it? That's the first one we spotted on his way round. Now, two come out of this. This is Valentine's. Nowhere is in a green jacket, Turco red sleeves and red cap. Nowhere's just coming to it there. Ooh, and fires the rider out. And Turco, a bad mistake from him on the inside. Let's have a look at it from another angle. You'll see coming over it. I think Simon, actually. Yeah, Simon went at that fence, Valentine's, exactly the same as he did last year. So Simon a faller there, as well as the two that I told you about, which were Turco and Nowhere.
Yeah, Simon unseated, Nowhere unseated, and Turco took a heavy fall out the back.
Turco actually hadn't had a blow in, had he, at that stage? But up front now, you're starting to fancy a chance. Anything in the first six is fancy his chance, but the second horse is still in 10th place.
Yeah, also we didn't mention Slim Pickings, just right in the middle of the shot in the blue sleeves, just alongside the green. He's creeping into it. Snowy Morning, Chelsea Harbour, Comply or Die on the wide outside. Missed Appointment still bang there. And we lose Darjon here, who actually nearly knocks off Ruby Walsh.
And he also just slightly interferes with Cloudy Lane further back, but I think his chance, Cloudy Lane, had gone by this stage.
Yeah, he was struggling at that stage. Ruby Walsh did remarkably well to stay on his horse, but Chuck Taunton out in the National.
You can see on the outside in the white cap there, Timmy Murphy just taking a hold and regrouping his reins, you know, saying woo a bit.
Yeah, handy way all the way through the race, but gave him a lovely ride, just kept taking him back a little. And you see Paul Carberry on the grey horse, just King John's Castle, just sneaking into it. Bewley's Berry jumped beautiful up front, Snowy Morning. Chelsea Harbour, Comply or Die. Slim Pickings just creeping into it. Mr. Appointment dropping back. Cloudy Lane is just on the outside. He's just feeling the pinch a bit.
Barry Geraghty on Slim Pickings had been very, very quiet, and he arrived there. It looked as if he had every chance of landing this, and then emptied.
Over the second last. This is running towards the final fence. Snowy Morning. David Casey doesn't want to go from on the inside, but knows he has to with Timmy Murphy travelling so well. And Paul Carberry, he's still looks like he's cantering in behind him down to the final fence. Snowy Morning just missed a bit, and Slim Pickings missed like he did again last year.
He went in close to the bottom, didn't he? You can see closest to us David Casey, who actually fell at the last fence on Hedge Hunter a few years ago, didn't he, in the yellow colours?
So this is the final fence. Comply or Die just in front. Snowy Morning on the inside. King John's Castle up on the outer. Cloudy Lane not too far behind.
No, he actually came home well, but up the run, and Timmy Murphy's just got one thing in his head, and that's to keep him going, and he surely kept going really, really well. Snowy Morning battling away with King John's Castles for second and third, and they've ran a great race. But two big owners, David Johnson first, JP McManus second, and Slim Pickings has ran a cracking race just behind him.
Yes, the Snowy Morning owned by a syndicate. This is the way racing's going. Well, you've mentioned big owners, but syndicates can have some fun at this too. Yeah,
it's nice for David Johnson to win because and also JP McManus, but I'm sure he'll get his turn, or hopefully he will, because they put a lot of money into the game. And I think everybody has mentioned Timmy Murphy. I'm absolutely delighted for him. He's had a lot of trouble in his life, and well done, Timmy.
Okay, here is the result for you. 33 Comply or Die went off 7-1, joint favourite wins it. King John's Castle 20-1 in second place. Snowy Morning at 16-1 finished in third. Slim Pickings placed again. He was fourth this year at 10-1. Now the other finishers. In fifth place was Bewley's Berry. In sixth, Cloudy Lane, the other joint favourite. Seventh, Nadover. Eighth was Bailey Breeze. In ninth, Chelsea Harbour. 10th, Monmouth. 11th was High Cloy. Cornish Set finished in 12th. The Grand Old Aintree Warrior, Hedge Hunter, this year he was in 13th. Idle Talk was in 14th, and Merlin de Mille very much came in his own time because he was a long way behind for the last 3/4 of a mile, but he was 15th and the final one to finish. And this is where they fell. At fence number 2, Lamy, Backbeat and Black Appalachie all came down. At the third, the big of the open, first of the big fences in open ditch, Iron Man and Tumbling Dice Unseeded Rider. At number 4, fallers were Ardahay and Fundamentalist. At fence number 6, Bechers Brook, no full fell. At the 8th canal turn, fallers were Madison de Berlay and Filson Run will be kind. I think he really unseated rider. At the 11th, which was an open ditch, Contraband and Kelami both came down. At the 17th, so after one circuit, Point Barrow was pulled up by Tony Dobbin on his final Grand National ride. At the 19th, the open ditch, all of Vodka Blur, Bob Hall and Naunton Brook were pulled up. At the next fence, number 20, McKelvey unseated rider, Joachim fell. At Bechers Brook, the second time, number 22, Butler's Cabin came down and took another national possible success away from Tony McCoy. Valentine's, number 22, unseated rider was nowhere. Turco fell, and I think probably Simon would guess he's probably an unseated rider. 27, open ditch, D'Argent fell, and two others stopped. Dondera before the second last, and Mr. Poitman had been up in the front for a long way round, stopped before the last fence.